Let's now go to Washington, where there's growing anxiety from the Republican Party about President Trump's trip to Georgia tomorrow. That's where he's going to hold a rally ahead of the Georgia Senate runoff. In the meantime, hopes are getting high that a pandemic relief package could actually get done by the end of the year. Joining me now to discuss it and so much more is Bloomberg Chief Washington Correspondent Kevin Cirilli. Kevin, it's great to have you on Quick Take. Look, when you talk to Republicans, your sources, what are they most worried about?
With Georgia, I mean, look, they're worried that President Trump lands with Air Force One in Georgia and actually runs over chances of Senator Kelly Loeffler or Senator David Perdue actually being able to win a re-election in Georgia. And this has severe implications, obviously, to the math in the upper chamber. But it's fascinating because here we have January 5th, and we're staring down this deadline, and the impacts of the outcome of that race really could reverberate through markets, through Main Street, through Wall Street, just because of the spread that Republicans would have in the Senate and the impact that would have on a Biden presidency. But Jon Ossoff, a former journalist, and Reverend Raphael Warnock, they're having to walk an incredibly tight political tightrope. Why? Because they're trying to get the activists to show up for them in a state that, yes, went for Joe Biden in 2020, but it was the first time a Democrat carried that state, Tim, until, get this, 1992. So we're not talking about a progressive state here. This is still a deeply conservative state.
Yeah, it is. And Kevin, I mean, the fact is the Republican senators who are the incumbents, they got more votes, even in the election in November, despite the fact that there is this runoff election and despite the fact that Biden won the state. So what's that telling us and telling you about the tough path ahead that they face in trying to take the state blue?
What it says is that this is not AOC's Georgia. You know, this is very much, this is a state where, quite honestly, Warnock and Ossoff are running away from the Green New Deal, for example. This is not a state where that's going to play particularly well. And so it's a localized election. But when I talk to sources on the left, what they tell me is, Kev, what they're trying to do is say this is a microcosm of a much larger issue. This is for control of the Senate. And so this is not, trying to send a progressive warrior, so to speak, to the Senate.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.